again. We're gonna start on our backs and just take a long nap. Just kidding. But we're gonna start on our backs. Come on down to your back, and then we'll go ahead and straighten the legs. Just come truly down onto your back with your arms out by your sides, palms facing up. And then if you're comfortable, go ahead and close the eyes. And just start to notice how you feel. And just notice how it feels to be still, how it feels to be lying on the hard ground. Gently bringing your attention to the breath. Allowing the belly to rise and fall as you breathe. And just taking a few deep, slow breaths in and out through the nose. Allowing yourself to arrive on your mat, mentally and physically. And when you're ready, we'll draw one leg in toward the chest, whichever leg you prefer. Drawing the knee into the chest, we're going to clasp the hands around that leg. And then just let the weight of the arm start to draw the knee in toward the chest. And you might notice that leg kind of naturally wants to drift slightly to the side. I'm on my right leg, and my right leg wants to slightly drift to the right. Allow it to. You can pull the leg in and slightly to the right or the left, whichever leg you have. Nice deep breaths here. You can keep the eyes closed if that feels good. You might notice the belly expanding against the leg as you draw the leg into the chest. I'll add in some slight side to side movement of the leg in toward the midline of the body and then away, moving as much or as little as feels good to you. Maybe turning that into some small circles of the knee. Staying with the breath, nice and deep, in and out. Beautiful. And then finding that center once again, we're going to take that leg and we're going to externally rotate here, meaning the knee comes out to the side and the foot comes in toward the face, slightly, almost like a pigeon pose, something like that. And then we're going to use that hand to the foot and the hand to the knee and just gently draw the leg in toward the chest. Supine version of our half pigeon, but gently. I'm just waking up, and maybe you rotate the leg a little side to side here as well. Feeling through the hip. Feeling what you feel, noticing what you notice. Beautiful. When you're ready, come on back through center. We're going to take that opposite leg and bend it and put the sole of the foot on the mat. And then we're going to rest that ankle, that outer ankle of the top leg onto the bottom leg. So we're going to a figure four. And then we're going to bring the arms out to a T and gently let that foot of your four find the mat. Beautiful. For me, that's my right foot. Coming down to the mat, my toppled tree, my figure four over to one side. Good. And from here, if you like, you can gaze out in the opposite direction. And you can even bring that hand to the top leg, maybe guide it a little bit away from the body, pressing it into that figure four position. If that feels good, if the hip allows. Breathing here. And on your next inhale, we will come back through center, draw the belly in to come up. And then release the figure four and take a couple windshield wipers up the legs, the knees, side to side. Clearing the slate. Then coming back through center, pulling the opposite leg into the chest, clasping the hands, straightening your other leg. Today's the day I learned never to let you choose your own leg. I am on my left leg. Whichever leg you have is now going to be called your left leg for this day. Okay. If you want to take a few ankle circles, go for it. We're drawing the knee in toward the chest and maybe slightly to the left. Kind of guide the knee in toward more of the armpit rather than directly down onto the chest. Maybe, if that feels good. You might find you have a bit more space. And we breathe. And maybe you start to add that swaying side to side of the leg. And once you've done that a couple of times, you might turn it into a circle, circling of the knee, moving through that hip. Prefer stillness? Choose stillness. Once you've done that a few times, we'll make our way back through center. We're going to turn that leg to mimic that half pigeon position. So left knee to the left, left foot in toward the body. We'll grab the left foot with the right hand. And then just drawing the leg in, shifting it side to side. Moving through the hip. Stretching through the hip. And breathing. And when you're ready, we'll bend the bottom leg, plant the foot, and come into that figure four position on our backs. Good. From here, arms out to a T. We let the legs fall over to the side. My legs fall to the right. The left leg up. Good. Gazing to the left. Maybe that right hand finds the left knee. Pressing it away from the face. And we breathe. Good. Coming back through center. Legs come back through center. Undo your figure four and then let the knees fall side to side for just a moment. Good. Back through center. We're going to make our way up to a seat. If you'd like to roll up, you can grab the backs of the legs and find some rolls up on the spine with a nice rounded back. And if that does not sound good, you can roll onto one side and then use the hands to get up. From here, I'm going to turn to face you. I'm going to come onto the tops of my feet, so sitting on my heels in my hero's pose. Now, if that's not a comfortable position, we haven't done this one in a while, you can always sit on something between the feet to give you a little more support. And if it's just altogether not comfortable, you can always find a different form of seat. All right, once we're here, we're going to bring the hands to the thighs. Go ahead and roll the shoulders a couple of times, up and down and back. We'll do it again. We'll inhale, draw the shoulders up to the ears, and then let them settle down the back. Nice and long neck. Beautiful. We're going to move into some seated cat-cows here. Bring the hands down to the legs. We inhale, draw the chest forward. Maybe you look up, arch the spine. Exhale, round, tuck the tail under, curl in, chin to the chest. Moving with your breath, as always, inhaling to arch and exhaling to round. Again, inhale, arch, spread the chest. Exhale to round, tuck the chin, pull the belly in. Last one here, inhale. And exhale. Good, coming back through center. I want you to wrap your arms behind you, clasp the hands. Keep your elbows bent, keep the knuckles kind of against the lower back. Take a nice deep breath in, keep the neck long, pull the elbows together behind you. So we don't quite have straight arms yet, but bent arms and the elbows are pulling together behind you. Good. If it's available to you, if your shoulders are feeling up for it, you can start to straighten out the arms, stretching through the chest, through the shoulders. Once you're here, you can bring the gaze slightly down. Maybe you try to lift the hands a little bit away from the back. And we breathe. Good. On your next exhale, gently release the straightening of the arms, but keep the bind. We're going to shift the clasped hands over to the right hip. Now, it doesn't have to reach all the way around. I have long arms, so I kind of can wrap them around. But if your knuckles don't arrive all the way to the hip, just reach them over toward the right side so that your left arm is reaching behind your back. Good. I'm going to take a nice deep breath in, sit tall. And then exhale, right ear to right shoulder. You can nod the head forward and back a little bit if that feels good. You can just let the head rest to one side. Beautiful. When you are ready, slowly bring the head back up through center. Or release the clasp behind us. Shake out the arms. Maybe move the head around a little bit if you like. And then we're going to move into the other side. We'll clasp the hands back behind us again. Big breath in. Maybe you straighten the arms. Maybe you just find that pulling back of the elbows behind you. We'll just stay for one breath here. Exhaling, we bend the elbows again and we draw the knuckles around to the left hip, left side. Good. Inhale, sit nice and tall. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Maybe rock the head forward and back a little bit, nod the head. Continuing to breathe. Good. When you're ready, we will come back through center, undo our arms, shake them up. We're going to take one more from our hero's position here. We're stretching out through the tops of the feet and the fronts of the shins. I bring one hand back behind you. Bring your right hand back behind you. We learned that lesson. And left hand to the knee. We're going to lean into the right hand as we lift the left knee in the palm. Stretch. Stretch, stretch, stretch through the front of that lower leg and ankle. Good. We're going to move back and forth side to side. So left hand back, right hand to the knee. Stretch. Back through center. Other leg. Move with your breath. Inhaling through center. Exhaling to stretch. Take a couple more other side. Beautiful. We'll come back through center. This time, put both your hands back behind you. And then if you like, lean back onto the feet slightly, stretching the ankles. Do it carefully. If this is intense, just be mindful. If this is easy, go for it. We're lifting both knees. We're stretching the front of the ankles. Good. Coming back through center. Beautiful. We're gonna lean forward here, tap out the feet, get a little blood flow in those lower legs, and we're gonna tuck the toes. Just breathe. Tuck the toes. Just realize it's been a million years since I've done this, so you get to do it with me. The best pose. Alright, sit back on the heels. Sit back on the heels or sit back as much as is available to you on the heels. And if this does not feel good at all, you're welcome to skip it and stay in a hero's pose. We're going to inhale here, reach the arms up nice and tall, keep that long neck. And then as you exhale, goalpost arms, elbows come down, chest is broad. Couple more like that. Inhale, reach. Exhale, goalpost the arms, shoulder blades squeeze. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Let's do one more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. Ow. All right, come forward, undo your toes, tap out your feet. I need to do that more. That feels like nothing to you. That's wonderful. It really hurts me. I know my mom's really good at that. All right, bring your hands under your shoulders, hands under the wrists, rather, knees under the hips. We're in a tabletop pose. We're just going to take a couple cat-cows here. I invite you to make it your own. So maybe you'd like to stick with a standard arch and round of the spine. As you inhale, exhale, wonderful. If you'd like to move the hips a little bit too, go for it. If you'd like to do a little bit of side to side movement, I encourage you to just see what feels good. Maybe you close the eyes and you just let yourself move a little bit through the spine as you breathe. No one is watching. Take a couple of breaths. Maybe you find some barrel rolls through the torso. It's especially good for your mornings. Two of you. Good. Beautiful. Come back through center. Walk your hands slightly forward, maybe one hand length. Tuck your toes downward facing dog. And when you get here, take a couple of petals of the feet. One heel down, and then the other. Let your head hang. And breathe. On your inhale, shift forward into your plank pose. Lower the knees if you like. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. We're going to widen the hands here so they're about face height. Bring the fingers into that tented position. And then inhale, wave the torso up into a cobra, little baby one. And then exhale, lower it down. We'll do that again. Inhale, wave it up. Use the muscles of your back. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, lower it down. Bring the hands under the shoulders, tuck your toes. Knees stay down if you like, or they lift. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find your breath. In and out through the nose. Beautiful. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, plank pose. Lower the knees if you like. Exhale, lower all the way down. This time we'll just take one. Keep the hands where they are. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, lower it down. Tuck your toes. Inhale, plank. Knees or no knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. Inhale and exhale. Drawing the belly closer to the thighs. Trying to shorten that angle that you've created in the hips. Chest toward the legs. One more big breath in. And breath out. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, big step forward and lower your back knee. In a low lunge here, find your footing. Hands are framing that front foot. We're going to inhale, come up, reach the arms up. And exhale, sink the hips. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then this time, as you exhale, bring the right arm down by your side and reach the left arm up and over to the right slightly. Little side bend. You might notice you feel a little bit more or a little bit different stretch in the left hip flexor as you reach and as you lean to the right. Just notice. Breathe in and breathe out. One more inhale. Exhale, two hands down, tuck your back toes under, send it back, three-legged dog, and then downward facing dog. If you'd like to stay here, stay here. If you'd like to flow quickly with me, inhale, plank pose. Exhale, your lower all the way down, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra pose or up dog, and then exhaling, tuck the toes under. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward face. Breathe. Downward facing dog. Head is hanging. Neck is long. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, big step forward between the hands and drop the back knee down. Low lunge, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, sink the hips. Inhale, reach, maybe lean back slightly. Exhale, left arm down, right arm up and over to the left. Gaze can be up to the palm or forward if that feels better on the neck. Good. Length through that right front of the leg, front of the hip. One more breath in. And breath out. Right arm comes down. We frame the front foot. Tuck the back toes. Step it back. Three-legged dog. And then downward facing. And we flow if you like. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, lower all the way or half. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale. If you're in your cobra, tuck your toes and inhale, plank. If you're in your downward facing, your upward facing, we tuck the toes. And we all meet in downward facing dog. And we breathe. Beautiful. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, big step forward into that low lunge once again and drop your back knee down. Good. We're going to walk that right foot out to the right and we're going to bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot. So coming into more of a runner's lunge or a lizard lunge position. Good. You're welcome to stay right here. Work on sinking the hips, getting the hips closer to the mat. Maybe you think about broadening the chest, maybe even lifting the chest slightly to intensify that stretch through the hips. If you'd like slightly more, you can turn your right knee out to the right and start to lift the sole of the right foot so the leg's starting to open to the right. You can turn your chest to face that knee if you like. And if you'd like more, you can bend the back leg and reach for the foot. Anywhere along that process is a perfect place to stay and breathe and relax into the pose. Give yourselves permission to choose whatever version feels best. One more deep breath in and out wherever you are. And coming back to center, we'll walk that right foot in slightly and bring the right hand to frame the foot once again. We'll tuck the back toes, lift the back leg, and step back. Three-legged dog. Good. Plant the foot. If you would like, shift forward plank. Exhale your lower halfway all the way. Inhale your back bend, cobra or upward facing. And then we transition back to downward facing. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, big step forward, low lunge, drop your back knee down. We walk that left foot out to the left, bring both hands to the inside of the foot. Lizard, lunge, you're welcome to stay right here, sinking the hips. Maybe you come down to forearms, whatever feels good. If you'd like to add more, you can open that left leg to the left and lift the sole of the foot. You could turn the chest to face that leg. Maybe bring the hand to the leg. And if you'd like, you can bend the back knee and reach for the foot for a little, very intense calf and hip flexor stretch on the right leg. Wherever you are, breathe. Maybe close the eyes. And really try to enjoy the stretch. Enjoy the posture. One more big round of breath here. Slowly, we release the foot. If we've got it, we come back through center, pulling the knee in and replacing the hand, framing the front foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the left leg, three-legged dog, and then exhaling, downward facing. Last little flow here. Inhale, shift forward plank pose. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. And exhale your way back to downward facing dog. And take a couple final breaths here in your downward facing. When you're ready, inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, step or hop forward and find a seat. Find a seat. I will come to face you. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees out to either side. Moving the hands to the feet. Sit up nice and tall. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, if you like, gently fold over the legs. You can round the back if that feels good. Or you can keep the back nice and straight and draw the chest down to the feet. Whatever you want. Breath in and out. Good. Inhale, coming up through center. We're going to do one last one before we end here. We'll extend the right leg and bring that left foot in to the inside of the right thigh, the right upper leg. Good. And then we're going to bring the right arm and kind of drape the forearm onto the right leg. And then we'll take a nice deep breath in and reach the left arm up and over the left ear. Big arc through the left side body, big side bend. You can gaze up to that arm. Good. You can lean over as far as you like. You can grab the foot if that somehow is available. But we side bend. Good. Inhale back through center. We'll just switch the legs. Switch the legs, left leg extends, left arm drapes onto that left leg. Big inhale, reach the right arm up and over, like you're creating a big rainbow from your right hip all the way through to the tips of the fingers and maybe down toward the toe. Gaze up toward the arm. Last breath here. And then inhale, draw the belly in to come up through center. We'll come into a comfortable seat to close our practice that always flies by in an instant. Bring the hands to the knees. Sit nice and tall. Maybe you shrug your shoulders a little, roll your shoulders to find that nice, comfortable, upright position. Eyes can close. We'll close practice today with a deep breath in and out. Inhaling and exhaling.